Welcome back, and then today we have Alonzo Hall. He's a fellow content creator. He puts out great videos. You should guys check him out. I'm going to put his link in the description, and we had a great conversation. And in this clip, we spoke about masculinity, creating generational wealth, and also the challenges of being a father and doing the mundane things, the simple things that don't get a lot of credit for. And I hope you enjoy this clip. Thank you again for watching. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. And again, I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
The father or the your baby's mother's husband not only said we don't need your little coins, but he bought a Section 529 college savings plan, not only for Future Junior, but all of Future's other children. So he's starting them off for generational wealth. That's
a flex.
manhood.
That's a
That's a
flex.
flex. Especially because Future runs in a circle where I got money, I wear your house on my neck, I woke up in a $1 million car, I can't buy my children college.
Well,
But
I
this
think.
man,
Well, go ahead. I'm sorry about that. I was gonna say. I think
no,
that.
go ahead. I want to hear your point.
I think sometimes when you get caught up in these cycles where you have to present a certain way and then people will buy in, right? I think a
Mhm.
lot of times in our culture, people don't want to help people that are on the same level as them. They only want to give
Mhm.
money to people who are higher than them. So
Mhm.
now it forces people to fake a lifestyle so they can say, "Oh, hey, listen, you guys are peasants. I'm above you. It's okay for you to give me your money because your money doesn't mean anything to me. I already have so much money that you give me $20 for my CD, it won't mean anything to me." And it's kind of
Mhm.
like realistically, they're just as broke as you, or maybe even more so, but they need a large audience to give them money so they can get to a certain level. There was I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about poker, right? They
Mhm.
said when you have these professional poker players, they would much rather lose $1 million to a poker player who's successful than a person who's like more of an amateur that might have just got to that table. Because once they get that $1 million, once an amateur like type person wins $1 million, they want to get away now, right? They want to get off the table and cash out and be gone. So a professional is like, man, I don't want them to win it because I want my action back. And even if I don't win it tonight, I might win it another night from that from a person who's professional. But a person who's lower rung, they don't want to have them get the money because they feel like they're going to run off with it. So you kind of see that like there's a mentality where once you make a certain amount of money, people are wanting to help people who already have it. But nobody wants to be the first person to, reach out and grab somebody's hand and pull them up. And I think that's why it's going to take people who are more moderately successful to reach back. Because it seems like the rich people, they'll give money to charities, but they don't want to be the persons getting their hands dirty. And I think that's why it's going to kind of fall on us. And you talked a little bit about masculinity and
Mhm.
about like around the globe what we see. But I think one of the most masculine things you can do is sacrifice your time or go to work every single day. It doesn't take a lot to go sell dope, right? Like where you
Mhm.
go and hit licks and then you're giving money to your family. But then when you're not there, that's when like all the travesties happen. That's when like all the harshness happen for your kids. So it's like, yeah, your kids might have had Jordans and uh couture this for 5 years, but now you're gone for 5 years. Now your baby mom might have a new boyfriend. He might touch on the kids, or your son might be going through depression and no one's there for him, so he joins a gang, or just even normal stuff like your kid might have a hard time studying and he's a tutor but he can't afford it. So there's things that come with it. It's so much harder to be consistently suffering for your family than to make those grand sacrifices like, I'll give my life for my kids. Okay, but are you want to wake up every morning and cook your kids breakfast and go to work every day for them? That's a much harder sacrifice than to say I was going to die for them. Can you live for them? And that's the question. Are you want to make
Mhm.
those hard choices every day for your kids that you don't get no applause for? You're not going to get a t-shirt with your name on it because you went to work every day and
Mhm.
retired. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
No one's going to have a cookout for you. It's just normal stuff. And I feel like now so often we have people that you don't ever would champion just being a good dad. People say, well, why would I champion being a good dad? That's regular. But like, is it? Is being a good dad regular in our community? Being a provider, is that regular in our community? You hear a lot of men talk about, a on my wife to submit to me, and uh she's got to do everything I say. But it's like, bro, you don't even bring enough money into the family to provide, and you're not willing to do the hard things to make it easier on your wife. So how the fuck is she gonna be a feminine woman and submit to you when she's got to work a 40-hour shift too? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you both got to grind, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now you're demanding ultimate submission, but you're not really doing things that really make it easier for your wife to submit. Like, what are you asking? And so of course that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying?
So I think, and in mentioning masculinity and the submission speak, that's actually perfect. And I was actually discussing this with someone the other day. People conflate submission and subservience. And what a lot of these guys are asking for is a subservient woman, not a submissive woman. And often, a lot of these women who confuse, and I'm not going to submit to a man, think that a man is not asking for submission, but is asking for subservience. And I think what happens is we've conflated the two so often. Submission is okay. Subservience is what a lot of these people are concerned with and looking for. You got to be barefoot and pregnant. You got to, my steak needs to be well done at 3:21 when I walk in the door every day, and you need to be wearing a red negligee, and I better not see no dust on the floor. And by all means, if that's what you want, then you can have that.
Mhm.
But like you said, they need to be